Today we're doing our Q&A series where you ask a question and we give an answer. So leave questions in the comments and we'll turn it into a video like this. I'm Andriana Marshall, professional Scrum trainer, and that is professional Scrum trainer who?
Scott Adams.
The Grandmaster Scott Adams. If you are not following this guy on LinkedIn, you're missing a good time. He always has some good stuff on there and a ton of
You're so
students
kind.
commenting and
You're
reaching
so
out to
kind.
him. So, welcome to our channel where we give Scrum training and tips. So, our question for today is, we don't follow the Scrum guide. Is that okay? What do you think, Scott?
Girl, you almost made me curse on that, so I'm gonna say, heck no. We don't follow the
Not
Scrum
cursing
guide.
on it.
Yeah, no, it's not okay. Well, I would ask, where is the Scrum Master if the team is not using Scrum? Where is the Scrum Master?
Mm,
Because our job, our accountability, is to make sure the Scrum guide is used according to the definition identified in the Scrum guide.
yeah.
Hmm. What? Where my Scrum Masters at? I don't know.
They kind of missed the whole first line of the Scrum guide when it talks about a Scrum Master establishing Scrum as defined in the Scrum guide. But
Yeah.
I still think this is a valuable question because a lot of Scrum teams and organizations think they're practicing Scrum, but they're not.
Yes.
So
Yes.
maybe you can go a little deeper. What do you think really is the problem here?
Well, I think teams get stuck pieces of Scrum. It's like, when I go join a team, it's like, hey, there are 16 pieces to the Scrum guide. You have the three accountabilities, you have the three artifacts, you have the five events, and you have the five values. So when I walk into a company, more often than not, I already know the values are not going to be there. I suspect that before I go into any company. So, you know, so you have the three accountabilities, the three artifacts, and the five events. That's a piece of Scrum. That's not all of Scrum. And Scrum is a all or nothing deal. Um, it's not a la carte. Well, let me take this, or it could be something that's, hey, we're not doing the sprint retrospective, but we see value out of doing sprint planning and the daily Scrum, or some combination thereof. They're using Scrum as if it's a la carte, and it is not a la carte. It is all or nothing. For
Right.
my
This isn't
guys out
home.
there,
This isn't a buffet.
right? It's not a
You can't
buffet.
just pick and choose. Okay.
No,
I'm just
no.
checking.
No, it's all or nothing. All or nothing. We as Scrum Masters need to figure out how are we going to get, implemented on the Scrum team, all of Scrum. And one case study I want to share with everybody, we're going to put in the chat for you, is a case study done with a company called Intralink, where they did have in place the three accountabilities, the three artifacts, and the five events, but they did not see the values. So they said, hey, we doing Scrum. Scrum ain't this, Scrum ain't that. Well, when I hear that, I already kind of got an idea. You're not doing Scrum. Because if you did do Scrum, you will see all of its benefits. So this case study we're going to share with you, we're going to put it in the chat for you to read it. We may come back to it another day and dissect it with you, but I want you to do some reading first. So, we don't have time to go through the whole thing. But it's Intralink, how they went back and did a Scrum reboot, this time using all of Scrum, and they did get to their destination of what Scrum promises to deliver through self-managing teams, getting to done, and delivering business value to our customers. Adriana, what are your thoughts?
Well, to add on to your point, you are missing opportunities to be of empiricism, basically. You're missing transparency, inspection, and adaptation. If you miss anything in the Scrum guide, they all go together. And my take is going to be a little different. You don't have to use Scrum. So it's like, do I have to follow the Scrum guide? No, you don't. Just don't call it Scrum. So if you want to have an a la carte version, call it something of your own. I think there was one organization that they changed it around. They literally renamed it. Well, okay, great. People really think they're practicing Scrum and they're not. I think we're always going to get better. No team's going to be perfect. And it is going to look different in every environment. But at the end of the day, it's three accountabilities, three artifacts, five events, and five values. It's not it's not a lot that's being asked of you, right? To get done, and they do all have a very clear purpose. First, I have a little bit of a different take. Like, no, you don't have to do it, and just don't call it Scrum. Anything else for the people?
No, I love that take. That's a very good take. I mean, I love the different perspectives that we have. I mean, your take was like you said. If I mean, for those companies, if there's some company out there that's using Scrum, and not called it something else, as you identify, that's kind of aligned with our channel and what we're trying to help people not do. That what we would call Scrum dumb. You know what the framework
Yeah.
is, you know what we require, but yet you're going to modify it. I love your point. Call it something else. Don't mess up what Scrum is trying to do, what we stand for, and by you modifying it some way to fit your purpose, call it something else. Rename it. And there's a framework out there that renamed it. Do your
I
own thing.
mean, I respect it, creating your own thing and
Yeah.
instead of trying to finagle like, yeah, we're doing this, but we're really not. And again, like Scrum will look different in a lot of organizations because you can have a whole lot of things that go with it. You can add some flow metrics, and some people will have story points. Some people, won't have story points, and that's a whole other video.
Oh yeah.
So.
I like to quote Ken Schwaber said years ago, I forget where, but he says it takes only 2 days to learn Scrum, but it takes a lifetime to master.
Thank you for watching. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of this video. Make sure that you subscribe and like the video. If you have a question for us, please leave it in the chat and we'll respond by either creating a video or we'll respond directly on your comment. And in the description, you can find different ways to get connected with us or take a Scrum course with us.